think it's very good for an island to have a regatta, and we do have very good regattas here in St. Maarten. There was no classic regatta, which was very strange. So now we have one, and it's going very well.
Guys, 10 boats came by, and they are officially registered. We're still waiting for 3.
This is our second regatta, and it will be a better regatta, if possible, than the first one.
You have to take the 7 o'clock bridge to get out in Simpson Bay.
To open this regatta officially, we have our 86-year-old Anne out of Belgium. She came for the second time to see this regatta. Okay.
There's room for another regatta in the Caribbean because boats that are in the Met, very nice classic boats that are in Saint-Tropez or Nice or Cano, wherever they are, they don't want to come over for one race. And Antigua Classic Regatta is the mother, and they deserve a lot of credit. It's a wonderful race. But they can have one next to it, and that's why Antigua Classic Week is so supportive. They want us to have this classic, but they want it well run. And that's what we're trying to do.
What is so special about Classic Yacht Regatta?
Well, I think anytime you get a group of people who have reconditioned or saved these old boats or brought similar models in that look like old boats, you've got a special group of people. And what that means is that you've got people who really love the sport of sailing, and people who are here to race love the sport of racing.
Well, I've always been a meter boat fan. In fact, I've owned 3 6-meters in my lifetime, and actually from when I was a kid, you know, I followed the America's Cup when it was in 12s, you know, from 58 to 87. The proper 12-meter is, of course, much more of a much bigger boat than this. Although it's not many feet longer, it's a heftier, stronger boat, and actually not suitable for sailing without 11 strong men on.
Hold this, Doug. It's not my job to hold this.
4, 2, 1.
Let's go. Go for it. Jib trim. He's the main. He's the main. He's the main, Dougie.
This is actually quite a delicate boat. It's only 20 tons. You know, a modern 12 is 35 tons displacement. And I wanted to build a meter boat. So initially I was thinking of maybe a 10-meter would be about right, but because they can come out at about 60 foot on deck. But not so many people know about 10 meters, so you know, I didn't want to build anything that was too off the wall. Although actually probably what I've gone and done now is a bit off the wall. I saw some lovely photographs of a boat called Yacht, which was designed by Alfred Milne, who was one of the great Scottish designers of, you know, the early part of last century as it is now. And I thought, well, that's a beautiful, beautiful boat. So really it was this photograph that turned me on. You know, good old Beacon from Cowes, you know, that famous photographer who's been doing it for 3 or 4 generations. And it's just a magnificent photograph. And then I found the man that owned the Alfred Milne archive, who's another Scot called Ian Nicholson. And he was very enthusiastic. Funnily enough, the man that owned the Fife archive was not at all helpful, so you know, it was easier to go to the man that owned the Milne archive, and he helped me with the structure. I mean, the boat's actually built with a modern structure. It's built exactly to the same weight as the original boat, so we're not trying to make a lighter, faster boat. We're trying to create a boat that's identical to its 100-year-old sister, but it'll sail the same way, it'll feel the same way. It has the same weight distribution, it has exactly the same lines, exactly the same sail plan. So actually we're sort of going back in history. We're going back 100 years to see how those fellows sailed.